I thought I'd make a video of something close to home. My experience. My near-death experience. What is a near-death experience? A profound psychological event that occurs when a person is close to death or in a life-threatening situation. If you talk to somebody who has experienced one, you might often hear words like out-of-body experience, bright light, life review, otherworldly realms, a sense of peace and love. My story is different. I didn't experience any of these. What I experienced was quite frightening. March 2023 started like any other March in England. Rain and more rain. I was a self-employed salesperson. Married, nice house, a couple of cars, and 2 children. Life was good. I'd not long since celebrated my 50th birthday. And unlike my 40th, I'd grown to accept that I was getting old. On March 26th, though, my life changed forever. We woke up at 7 a.m. to start our days, but when I tried to get out of bed, I realized my lower left leg was aching. It wasn't a bad pain, just a dull ache. Yep, I'm getting old. I've had trapped nerves before in my arm, so thinking that's all it is, I got out of bed and made my way downstairs. But I felt dizzy and lightheaded. I decided to call a colleague and let them know I was taking the day off work. My wife went to work and my children went to school. I laid on the couch and put the TV on. My leg was still aching and I was still feeling dizzy. I just couldn't shift it. As the day went on, my leg went from a dull ache to a pain. An agonizing pain. By now, I wasn't watching any TV. I couldn't concentrate on anything else but the pain in my leg. I was burning up too. By the time my wife got home from work later that afternoon, I was in excruciating pain and sweating. I could barely stand at all and was close to tears. I had never experienced pain like this before in my life. My wife called 111. That's the non-emergency phone number for the NHS. At this stage, we still didn't realize how serious this problem was. The call handler said, "We need to go to our local walk-in center and that they will make an appointment for us." The idea of walk-in centers is to relieve the pressure from the hospitals. They're like an out-of-hours clinic. The earliest we could get in there would be 9 p.m. The time at this stage was only around 5 p.m. I still had hours to wait, and the pain was getting worse. Eventually, we were able to make our way to the walk-in center and get seen. At this point, I remember my wife driving us there. I think I was dipping in and out of consciousness. A little bit like when you're really drunk and you're being driven home in the taxi. You look up from time to time and see places you recognize. Then everything becomes a blur and your head stoops back down. That's what I was like. And every time we hit a red traffic light, I would urge my wife to just go through it. After what seemed like forever, we arrived at the walk-in center and made our way inside. I remember we couldn't get parked in the car park and we had to park over the road. The short walk over that road would take forever as I tried to stay upright. I was hobbling about, holding onto furniture and walls, and dragging my left leg about as I couldn't stand on it at all at this point. The nurse on duty laid me on a couch and had me doing some kind of movements with both my legs. I had to do things like stretches and twist my legs in various directions. Eventually, he said, he didn't know what was wrong, but it definitely wasn't a trapped nerve. That he was certain of. He suggested I go to A and E immediately and would ring them to let them know I was on my way. After the short journey to hospital, we made our way to A and E and joined the queue of people waiting to be seen. It was full to the brim. A lady offered her seat to me, which I was very grateful for. But this was going to be a long night. I asked a nurse how long the waiting times were, and she said, over 6 hours at this point. Then I noticed something. My legs started to get bigger. I was still in agony, and I was still sweating profusely. But now my lower left leg was swelling. It had gone purple and started getting wider. I lifted up my tracksuit bottoms and took off my sliders. My left foot had outgrown them. Even the nurses looked concerned. One nurse brought a tape measure over and took measurements at regular intervals. Eventually, I was called into a cubicle where I could be examined by a doctor. I remember going into that cubicle. I think I was drifting in and out of consciousness. What happened next was terrifying.
What you think you know is not real. And the people you think you know are not real. I have created them. I have created you. The world you think you understand and the life you live is not the one you live. You are living in an illusion that I created for you. I made all of this. I made it all for you. Your family, your friends, everyone, the people around you. They believe they are real, as do you. They live their lives and will continue to do so as long as I let them. You are not ready yet. Not ready to come with me. Soon you will go back to your people. They will have no knowledge of our meeting. Only you and I will know.
I don't know how long my encounter with this being was, but all I know is I now thought that my world was no longer real. I had more reason to believe this being than the people who had just saved my life. I remember shouting, "You're not even real, none of you. I know the truth. I know all about you." I was so convinced that our entire lives are not even real. I can't explain it. Perhaps it was the medication. Perhaps I had a visitation. I really don't know, but it was freaky. And then I saw him, or it, again.
I told you they do not know me. They are just like you. They know nothing about who they are or where they are. They go about their lives believing what they see. They accept that as real, just as you do. I created them, and I created you. I've done this many times over. Remember, your people won't hurt you. They are like you. They don't know what you now know. Be kind to them.
I had lost my left leg due to a blood clot and sepsis. I almost died twice and was in a coma for 2 weeks. Following months of physiotherapy, I am now pleased to say that I am fitted with a prosthetic leg and get on with life. But I do wonder, was it a dream or did I meet my creator? I'm not a religious man and don't believe in a God as such, but we came from somewhere. Please share your thoughts. I'd be keen to know what you think.